Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
Go. There we go.
Hello, Captains, and welcome to the live broadcast recording of episode 496 of Priority 1, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. Shout out to everybody who's already in the chat. Jason Smith, Sayonara, Alexander Caps over on YouTube's. And Tracy Lee Coco. What's up, Tracy?
Hey,
Armor
Tracy Lee Coco.
Hi.
Scooter in Twitch. So what's up, guys? Hey, listen, thanks so much for hitting that subscribe button. We just hit 1,000 subscribers on the YouTubes.
What?
So thank you so very much. That unlocks a bunch of extra perks and things like that we can use to help build our YouTube community. But the work doesn't stop there just because we hit 1,000. So if you have not already trekked out our captain's vlog, you wanna watch this last one. This last one was I don't know how we're gonna top this one.
You don't even need to watch the whole thing. You just need to start.
Shut up, Tony. You know how much work that takes for me to do? Don't say that.
Actually,
do watch the whole thing.
You'll be so happy you watched the first minute and a half of it. You'll be like, I gotta see what happens next because it's not gonna stop.
Come on, man! What a shitty thing to say to me, Tony. After all that work that I do recording.
What the hell are you talking about? It's fun.
You can just skip everything else. Everything else.
What I'm saying is, you're not gonna regret subscribing because that's what's gonna happen. You should check it out.
Go watch that video. There's a cameo from one of the Duras sisters in it, making a cameo appearance.
You just give it away. I mean,
yeah, I'm not.
I'm
spoiler alert.
I'm not giving it away.
Watch it, and you're like,
here's
what happens.
No,
like,
that's not true at all. I'm not saying in what capacity the Duras sister shows up. But this was a good one. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun to do. So check it out. But also, while you're there, and if you're watching us right now and you're in the chat and you're talking with us now, smash that like button on the video and throw in a comment. Like, just be like, Priority 1's the best. Star Trek news all the way. Thumbs up. Like that kind of stuff.
Like your hair.
Like your Star Trek Klingon hair. Make sure you use the word Star Trek and Star Trek words like Klingon and stuff like that. Because as we all know, the YouTube algorithm is just garbage. So please, oh please, it goes a long way. So I know a lot of you in the chat are big supporters of our show. You come and join us every Tuesday night. So do us a favor, head on over to YouTube, hit that like button, and also throw a comment in the chat. And if you can, not the chat, throw a comment on the video in YouTube.
Toss an offering to the altar of the SEO gods.
Please,
that's
please toss an offering to the altar. That's a great way to put it. And throw in some this is great Star Trek news recap, something like that. That'll help the algorithm significantly. So do us that favor, right? Remember, if we have our Patreon, right, and that is something that you can do financially each month. But given how shitty things are nowadays, we understand that a financial contribution can't be possible. So there are other ways. This like a free way to do this, a free way to support Priority One. Smash that like button and throw a comment on the YouTube video, mentioning something about Star Trek, and Priority One is the greatest Star Trek news show out there. I'm okay with that. That's cool. That'll be fine with me. I'll accept that.
And the video,
unlike my attempts at promotion, if you guys just do that, that'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean the video is really entertaining. I have to say that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, all right, how you guys doing? We weren't live last week, and it's not really your fault, Brandon. So don't worry.
I know.
We had a long show. We were skipping Stone News, and so I wasn't set up to go live.
That's okay. Things happen,
So, how you guys doing? Y'all doing all right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So far.
Good. Nice. Tony, you good? You zone out? Are you playing Elite Dangerous?
No, if I were playing Elite Dangerous, I would be using these.
I see.
What?
I mean, I'd be facing this way and completely ignoring everything.
Get your hands off your joystick, you filthy.
I'd probably also have. I would
Giggity.
probably also have this on. I probably also have this on.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean,
Is that
actually?
This is VR.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Good
Oh, I didn't know.
Which
that.
is that the Oculus Rift?
I can see why you like the Expanse so much, man, because it is straight up, it's almost the same world. Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, there are some parallels. There sure are. Yeah, there's some fictional, lore parallels with it.
Oh, I don't know about the lore, but visually.
Well, I mean, just the kind of visually, yes, and also the environment, like the world it inhabits are a lot alike. But I definitely think I ought to do an entire show in VR in Elite Dangerous one of these days. That ought to be really good. Yeah.
All right.
We got all our banter out of our system here.
I think we got all the banter out of our system.
All right, that's good.
And who's taking timestamps today?
Oh, I'll do it.
Thank you. All right, so let's jump in. How's everybody in the chat doing? I hope you all are doing well.
Yes.
I hope that everybody's healthy and safe. Let us know. Sound off in the chat. All right, intro in 3, 2, Tony.
This week on episode 496 of Priority One, we trek out the Roddenberry Foundation's latest gift and CBSViacom's latest revamp-ination. Then we continue our coverage of Star Trek Online's 11th. Then we continue our coverage of Star Trek Online's 11th anniversary with a reminder to finish your daily mission to earn the free ship, and an interview with Star Trek Discovery's Mary Chieffo.
All right. Hello, Captains. You're listening to episode 496 of Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. Your weekly recap and review of all the major news happening in the Star... I have to cough.
Did you tell me the timestamp for this, or no?
Nah, because we just started right off the bat.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you the end.
0.
Hello, Captains. You're listening to episode 496 of Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. Your weekly recap and review of all the major news happening in the Star Trek multiverse. This episode was recorded live. Well, yeah. This episode was recorded on Tuesday, February 9th, 2021, and available for download or streaming on Friday, February 12th, at PriorityOnePodcast.com. I'm Elio.
I'm Kat.
I'm Tony.
And in our live stream booth is our live stream technician extraordinaire, Brandon.
Hey guys.
Live stream Brandon.
Yes, hi.
LST.
I am Livestream Brandon.
Well, welcome back. We are so very thrilled that you all enjoyed last week's episode featuring Captain Gecko Rivera. We've got another big one coming up. Tony, Kat, you guys doing well?
Yep.
I'm fine. Thanks.
It's like impossible to banter. It's like
We used up all the banter before the show started.
That
I'm
is
off
true.
on my round.
rehearsal. It's called rehearsal.
Look,
It's called
Kat
rehearsal.
wanted a witty repartee. I was all out. I said I had a little bit of mediocre banter left in stock, and we've used it up. I'm tapped.
Jesus.
I'm tapped.
All right, let's
We're
go
all
ahead.
hunkering down for the polar vortex.
That's right. Polar
is
vortex
that
is
what
on
it
the
is?
way. Yeah.
Great.
There. There's some banter for
Oh,
you.
is it me?
How about
Yeah,
that?
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Worse.
This week, we want to welcome new listeners to the show and hope y'all stay in touch. Given that we're a podcast built by a community of Star Trek fans, it's important that we also hear your opinions.
Take it from
Be
it's
sure-
important.
This is just editorial. I would like to point out that the text says "you'll," and
I like
Kat
the y'all.
Texas
I like the
translated
y'all.
it to "y'all."
I like
Well,
the
look,
y'all.
I
Just-
see
yeah,
a
I like
Y
y'all.
and an apostrophe and L.
It's
That's
just
where
out of
I'm
it. It just
going.
goes there. That's right. It's just there.
Actually, take it from given that.
Given that we're a podcast built by a community of Star Trek fans, it's important that we also hear your opinions. Be sure to follow us on places like Twitter and Facebook, where we post weekly community questions, special announcements, and more. Just search for Priority One Podcast on your favorite app and you'll find us, or email us. You can reach us at incoming@priorityonepodcast.com.
Like Kat said, this is a community podcast produced by a team of volunteers that dedicate their time and talents each and every week, from audio editors to writers to us, the hosts. We come together each week because we're passionate about the Star Trek multiverse.
And like any passion project, it's hard to keep things running at no cost. So, if you find value in this production and you want to help us continue to grow, check us out at our Patreon page. There you can become a patron for as little There you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month.
Actually, I'm going to jump in here on this one. That's right, Captains. We offer tiered rewards for our patrons from anywhere between $1 and up. And at $10, you can have access to our secondary podcast that we lovingly title After Hours. An unscripted, unedited conversation about the latest in Star Trek news, science fiction, or reviews. Like right now, we're wrapping up Star Trek The Animated Series with panelists that include Roscoe, a professional broadcaster from Australia, and Dr. Robert Hurt. In addition to that, we also offer early access to interviews for example, last week we interviewed our Vera on Saturday, and by Monday our patrons already had access to that interview. So, if you have the financial means, visit us over at patreon.com/priority1.
You want to give me that segue, or do you want me to take the segue? Do you want me to just jump right in?
Just go ahead. Let's segue out.
Okay, I got it. But we understand that financial contributions might be a little tricky right now, which is why our door is always open to other passionate Trekkies who might be interested in joining our team. From audio or video editors to artists to hosting, that's right. The hunt is on for a new voice to join our team. So if you got a lot to say about Star Trek, we encourage you to visit our website, PriorityOnePodcast.com, and click on the Join the Team link at the top. There you'll find a description of available positions that you can contribute to.
Take it from there.
There you'll find a description of available positions that you can contribute to.
And if you're a member of the BIPOC and or LGBTQ community, we hope that you'll seriously consider applying. Ojalá eres otro latino que le encanta Star Trek. Vamos a hablar de Star Trek, juntos. It's important that we make every effort to represent all corners of the Star Trek community. So, remember, that site is PriorityOnePodcast.com. Give Kat the Kat, can you sweep us out?
Kat, I'm giving this to you. It's yours.
Thanks.
Now? I would have wrapped it if I had a little more advanced notice. But he just took it from me and gave it to you, so I didn't have time to get wrapping
fine.
on it.
We're all
Sorry.
spunky tonight, aren't we? We're all just a little punchy. We're all just a little punchy.
Polar
tonight, huh?
vortex. Polar vortex.
Amazon just delivered another batch of witty repartee to me. I'm good now.
Ah,
Now let's check out the latest news from the Star Trek multiverse.
all right, that ended at 7 on the dot. I love it when it ends on.
Ooh. Nice round number. By the way, Elio, did you get a haircut, by the way?
No.
No?
On the contrary.
Oh.
It's been a while since
I was,
I have had a haircut.
I was about to say, your hair actually looks pretty good on camera.
This is
so.
post-
Borrowed Allie's hairdryer.
This is
Yeah,
post-
probably.
this
I
is
mean-
post- no, this is post-nap hair.
I mean, this is coming from a guy who doesn't have any hair, but you know.
I'm getting a haircut next week.
Ooh.
It's
I
an
got
event
Like-
anymore.
Like this, probably this much,
Oof,
maybe.
that's a lot.
You get
I wish I
you
knew
get in
how
there,
that
maybe
felt.
lose your nerve. You're like,
Yeah, my hairdresser's like, yeah, you don't want to cut that much off, and I'm
Right,
like,
yeah,
but I
it's a
do
lot of
really.
work, no?
Yeah.
It's like- it's a long time. You know, it's an
I-
investment.
Yo, here's the thing, Tony, is that you've been letting your hair grow longer than I have, and I feel
Yeah.
like you and I are just about the same length already. Again, look at
Are
this.
you? Well, yeah. I think mine's stopped more or less.
That's what I'm saying. Is that it
Just gave
gets
up.
to see, it
Gave
gets to
up.
be a certain length where my hair's like, nah, I'm tired. I don't want to keep. going.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
You
Yeah.
got that Count Rugen look going from Princess Bride.
Oh, well, yeah.
The
Yeah.
six-fingered man.
Oh.
You're the six-fingered man.
There you go. There you go.
Oh shit, that's right.
Nice. Christopher Guest. Hey.
You do got that look going.
Better him than Humperdinck. That's all I'm saying.
That's
True.
definitely not Humperdinck.
All right, who's reading what? Why don't we do Cat? You read that. I'll read this.
You want me to read the first thing?
Yeah, and then I guess Tony will read this one. Oh no, because you actually, I take it back. Tony.
Executive
reads that
producing is hard.
Cat
It
It
is.
really is. It's a
Yeah,
challenge.
because I mean, there's words, and then you have to give it a name to it, and then you have to put them in an order. It's this is.
Did you want to do the
Don't be
first
an
thing,
asshole.
Elio?
I'm
What?
sorry, I told you I got witty repartee. I already told you. I got it.
Oh, okay.
What was that, Cat?
Oh, never mind. But okay then, Elio, you might want to.
I fixed it.
Okay, then never mind.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
saw
I
where-
forgot. See,
I saw where you were
I see
going
what
with
you
it.
did there.
You see what? Yeah. Okay, I got you covered. I made it happen for you. Yep.
I don't know what
Nice.
the crap they're talking about. Help.
It's fine.
You don't have
You'll
to.
get
You
it.
need to read the copy.
Okay.
That's all you got to do. You just read the
All right.
copy.
We are at 9:45 for Trek It Out, please. Trek It Out in 3, a 2, a 1.
Captains, if you missed the Roddenberry Showdown 2020 virtual extravaganza featuring Martok and Galron, well then just get out. Get it. No, just playing. You now have another chance to watch one of the best pandemic performances you'll ever see. The Roddenberrys have released the event to rent or purchase via Vimeo for $4.99 to rent or $15 to buy. Now we can spend time talking up the event and performance, but you really need to see this for yourself.
Now we can spend time
Okay,
talking
all right.
up the event.
All right. Now, we can spend time talking up the event and performance, but you really need to see this for yourself. More importantly, you'll be supporting local artists who are continuing to work to make ends meet during a time. Make ends meet. M-E-A-T. Make ends meet. Burnt ends. Kansas City burnt ends, my friends, is where it's at. So when you want to make ends meet, you make meet ends.
I want you to be reminded
go.
of the fact that I speak 2 languages, and that sometimes the Spanish takes over. I don't remember the colloquialism and what exactly it means.
You're right. You're right.
They're hard, man. Homonyms are hard.
Homonyms are tough. I do
I
like
wasn't
the.
sure if the phrase is meat, like I gotta buy meat because we're struggling,
So-
we're poor, and we have to make ends meet, like meat.
So,
food.
so a great feature of Google Docs is that when Google thinks you're wrong, it puts a little blue line underneath
it
it,
didn't
and you
for
right
me.
click
It's not
on
blue
it.
for me. It's not blue.
It's
for
not
me.
blue for you.
No.
Oh, you've taught Google that. Oh, that's amazing. You've taught Google that you're bilingual, and they're like, sure, why not? It's probably a Spanish thing. So Google that is amazing to me. I am amazed by this.
I do
Okay.
actually have.
Ends apostrophe meet.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Damn it,
Joey.
stop. Don't mess around with me.
She's like, added an apostrophe. And I was like, oh, okay. Mental note for next time.
Only in the Kansas City
Right. Only in the Kansas City.
variation.
Right. There you go. So Midwest delicacy. Meat apostrophe.
Grammar night. Hello.
Okay, we're completely off the rails at this point, right? Mission accomplished.
Mission
All right, here we go.
You Americans and your sayings.
More importantly, you'll be supporting local artists who are continuing to work to... No, I can't do it. More importantly, you'll be supporting local artists who are continuing to work to make ends meet during a time when live performances and concerts are nearly impossible. So check out the links in the show notes, and please consider supporting the band. You will not be disappointed.
Seriously, you will not be disappointed. Look, I am 100% aware of what it's like to be on the receiving end and also to be pushing something that sounds amateur, right? Like a community theater production or whatever.
Like a Foundry mission.
Or Foundry mission, yes, that's a good call. I totally get it. You go into this is gonna be terrible. This is gonna be it's gonna be like a little hand cam on somebody. No. The Roddenberrys pulled out all the stops for this. On top of that, they've got J.G. Hertzler and Robert O'Reilly reprising their role in parody versions of Gowron and Martok, facing off in a virtual showdown. It's worth the ticket. I'm telling you guys, watch this because it is hilarious. The production value is so amazing, especially for something that was recorded during the pandemic. I mean, seriously, watch. You're not going to be disappointed even if you rent it for $5. It's going to go to support the artist, and you're going to have a good time watching it. Have a popcorn, watch the show. You're not going to be disappointed. If you're disappointed, I will apologize to you.
Full disclosure, this is the one you're in, right?
This is the one I'm in. Yes, I'm only
Okay.
in it for like 30 seconds though. It's not long. That's why I don't like.
30 seconds?
It's half a song. It's not
I
really.
thought. I thought you sang
Oh,
a
I
whole
think-
song.
Yeah, I think
It's not the full song. It's not the full song. No, we only did
Oh,
the first verse to the first chorus. But yes, I am in it with my COVID hair, and it's long as hell, in leather pants. I'm only in
There.
it for a short.
There's your $5. You should have
There's
led
your
with
$5.
that.
Yeah.
There's your $5. Leo and leather pants. Sold.
Women's leather pants, mind you, because I couldn't find a pair of men's
Well,
pants.
Now
Yeah,
you
they
pay
have-
the 15.
They
Now it's
have
going
a
to cost
better
you 15.
fit. Yeah, they probably cost more than the men's version, though.
Probably. So look, check it out. It is absolutely worth the cost of admission. And on top of that, you're supporting a band who is slated to be at Vegas this year as the house band. So look, these guys are great. Oops, I put the wrong one.
Panda.
And pulls out $15.
Nice.
Don't bother doing that, Panda. There's nowhere to put them.
There's nowhere to put them. It
The
didn't have
pants are
pockets.
too tight.
They didn't have pockets. What an absolute travesty.
Just set it on the kick drum, it'll be fine.
Click that link. There's a trailer there. If the trailer doesn't pull you in, I mean, you just gotta watch this, guys. You gotta watch. It's the best thing you'll see all year. You can move on.
All right, then. The Roddenberry Foundation announced a $100,000 donation to the Comic-Con Museum. Oh, whoops. That did not sound good at all. The Roddenberry Foundation announced a $100,000 donation to the Comic-Con Museum in San Diego. In recognition of that generosity, the museum will name its main lobby after the late, great Star Trek creator. I know what you're thinking. Hey, conventions aren't dead. So why are they getting
Wait, what? That
Wait,
sounded-
did you
that was
say?
weird.
R?
Just try it again.
Yeah,
Okay.
the cadence was weird.
All right, let me try it again. Oh, I see what you're doing there.
Like you ignored the period. Here. Okay.
I know what you're thinking. Hey,
Wait,
conventions
let me
aren't.
try to take it from in recognition.
Oh. In recognition of that generosity, the museum will name its main lobby after the late, great Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry. Is that what you were meaning to go with there?
Sure, I mean, you can say that.
Okay.
He is, in fact, the late, great Star Trek creator.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think his name was ever actually mentioned there.
Oh, I see your confusion. Yes. Yes, feel free. Yes. It's a good edit.
Let me start over.
Yeah, just take it from the top of this.
The Roddenberry Foundation announced a $100,000 donation to the Comic-Con Museum in San Diego. In recognition of that generosity, the museum will name its main lobby after the late great Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry. I know what you're thinking. Hey, conventions aren't dead, so why are they getting put into a museum? Rest easy. Oh. Whoa, what just happened? Okay, never mind. Rest easy, friends, because the museum isn't commemorating a lost ritual, but it is, quote, intended to celebrate the spirit of the San Diego Comic-Con experience throughout the year, end quote. But for now, they'll just have to celebrate reaching the halfway mark on their way to the $34 million fundraising goal. Gene's son Rod told KPBS.com, quote,
Try it one
we
more
hope
time.
Yeah.
that's
Gene's
a
son.
lot. Gene's son Rod told KPBS, damn it. Radio stations. Gene's son Rod told KPBS.com, quote, we hope to inspire others to recognize the power of popular arts and comics in providing a unifying force to bring together our society and create a better future, end quote.
So, I mean, the pandemic is hurting stuff, but they're trying to make conventions go all year long now. So, I mean, the museums have been shut down along with theaters, like we were talking about earlier with the Roddenberry. So, hopefully they'll get their fundraising goal met in time to open this up after everything else is open too.
Well,
It's
and
just-
San Diego's now kind of like the place to go, right, for sci-fi stuff. It's like a brand for this kind of stuff. Why wouldn't they have a museum there?
Yeah. And, hopefully, I think it's far away from downtown. So if you can't get a ticket to Comic-Con, you can just go to the Comic-Con Museum.
Maybe they'll
Constellation Press.
simulcast
Yeah,
over
right.
there.
Probably.
It's
They'll probably have some
stuff-
TVs.
Stuff like this is really important, guys. I mean, if you know, I am certain that a majority of you are consuming a heck of a lot of content, more content than you would have prior to the pandemic, right? We're on lockdown still. We're not technically supposed to be going to work. So a lot of binging is happening, right? Netflix, whatever. A lot of museums are suffering. A lot of theater is suffering. And, I just watched... I just saw a headline about Dolly Parton supporting. I just saw a headline about Dolly Parton supporting a theater fund to help theaters survive this pandemic. I mean, theaters are not open, and yet we've got a Super Bowl, right? Priorities are a little skewed right now. So don't forget that when you're watching things like Netflix, when you're watching Star Trek on CBS All Access, or wherever you watch it, it's not... It doesn't happen magically, and it costs money to put people in a 14-day bubble and all these things. So if you can, find ways to support the arts. Someone say something in support of that so that I don't go right into the next one.
Well, in addition to theaters, music venues. I mean, there's all kinds of, places where you would have normally gone to be entertained that are not able to be open right now. So any way you can support those places is fantastic.
And while we're on the topic of the Super Bowl, you might have been watching it this weekend, even if it was just for the commercials. And you may have noticed frequent references to Paramount Plus, especially when those ads were airing. Especially when those ads were airing what seemed like more times than the Chiefs were called for stupid penalties. Well, Viacom CBS is making a concerted effort to position CBS as an upscale content provider, all of which hinges on its offerings coming from its CBS Originals production. Well, Viacom CBS is making a concerted effort to position CBS as an upscale content provider, all of which hinges on its offerings coming from its CBS Originals production company. Funny, because the guy in charge came from Amazon Originals. And providing more options for live on demand or streaming with its content. And providing options for live on demand, or streaming its content. That's a long sentence, Kat.
Sorry, I'll try and break it up. Oh, only because I added a parenthetical.
Newly appointed.
There's also a couple of clauses, a couple of sub-clauses in there too. Like
Well-
as a lawyer, I appreciate that. Like, you have to diagram the damn thing to figure it out. British people would love this. British people love this shit.
In my mind, I'm British then.
And then right here.
Newly appointed network president and chief marketing officer Mike Benson says, quote, "I feel like we're really working to elevate the brand and make a broadcast brand feel premium. It's free premium," end quote. Well, all of these efforts may pay off as we get closer to the launch of Paramount Plus on March 4th. The stock price for Viacom CBS has certainly rebounded since we last discussed, closing Monday at $54.50 a share, compared to the $11.28 price from last March. Nevertheless, investors remain concerned that the transition to Paramount Plus will be a struggle for Viacom CBS, considering the competition in the marketplace. Lower profit margins for streaming services.
You can take that generally out, but it's
Plus-
generally.
Plus, increased demand for content licensing, which includes renewing the NFL license.
Yeah, that license is not cheap. And
No,
if they want to stream it now, they're going to have to renegotiate all the terms.
But they have to have it because there's not a lot differentiating them from, even second-tier content streamers.
Well, that's the whole point. Like, CBS has been a network. They've never, made their stamp on their products like, say Netflix
Right.
did or any of the other.
Yeah.
That was in that article, too, that Mike Benson was saying, they do 60 Minutes and Survivor, and no one knows that's a CBS property.
Yeah.
Because why would you? It's just on TV.
Yeah, it's TV, right? Exactly.
Right.
Star Trek, yes, it's Star Trek. I mean, it's been on NBC before. It was on PBS back in the '80s. I remember watching it on the local PBS affiliate. Then it was in syndication, so whatever syndication station you had locally. Star Trek's never been, quote, owned by anything before. It's just been Star Trek. So yeah, and
I suspect CBS is going to struggle with their rebranding. I mean, they're
yeah.
trying. It's not it's just branding in the first place.
yeah, their choices of putting Spock next to Beavis and Butthead and Snooky. I mean, on the one hand, yeah. Go ahead. No,
There it
you
is.
go.
There it is, right there, Tony. Right?
We talked about it last week.
I really feel as if though we're just being manipulated, or they're trying to manipulate us and pull
Poorly.
the wool over our eyes.
Poorly.
Because this quote from Mike Benson, "I feel like we're really working to elevate the brand and make a broadcast brand feel premium." And yet, their promotional materials have
reality
combined reality TV,
30-year-old
and
cartoons,
all these things that
premium.
it doesn't feel premium. It feels gimmicky. It felt gimmicky.
I have to say the puppet work is good, and the
puppet
snazzy
work,
new
yes.
Strange New World uniforms, the Discovery uniforms, they look nice.
And then I think
Yeah.
about Trek Movie had revisited a variety Q&A recently with Alex Kurtzman, and in it Alex Kurtzman was saying how Star Trek belongs to the fans and how important it is to involve the fans and yada yada yada, and yet when the fans complained about TARDIS-like visual effects in Star Trek Discovery, they doubled down on it, right? So there's this double speak happening here, that is just really frustrating.
This little quote here from this guy, free premium, and he wants to make things premium and stuff. Brother, let me just give you a little piece of advice. You have Sir Patrick Stewart in a tuxedo available to you, and you just don't use that for 8 commercial. Just put Sir Patrick, an honest to God knight, in front of a camera, drinking some tea, telling everyone, please watch Beavis and Butthead on CBS on Paramount Plus. We also have the American football and Survivor. Wouldn't you like to watch that, eh? And there's premium right there. Patrick Stewart in a tux. Done.
And like, look, I know that there are people out there going, look, that's taking Star Trek too seriously. You have Spock dancing. Why is that such? Come on.
Star Trek's always been silly, everyone.
Yeah,
Yes.
Star Trek's
Yes,
always
it
been
has.
silly. Look at
Yeah. It's been silly on purpose.
Jeez, what the hell? Morty. It's not Morty.
Rick and Morty?
Not Rick and Morty. Robin Williams. Nanu. Jesus.
Mork and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy.
Mindy.
That wasn't Star Trek. That was William Shatner making a guest
People are
appearance.
referencing old moments in television history, like Mork and Mindy when Shatner was on, and then
Carol Burnett
in Carol Burnett show with Spock making an appearance. Yeah, those are that's kind of a world-building cross-promotion thing, right? Like it's like a tasteful inclusion of popular culture in other popular cultures. But when you're trying to sell a brand, and you're just I feel it causes brand confusion. I feel like anybody who hasn't jumped on to watch any of, like, for instance, Star Trek, right? That's our topic. I feel like anybody who hasn't jumped on to watch Star Trek and pay the subscription to watch Discovery or Picard or the short treks is going to look at this commercial and go, Spock dancing? What?
It smells desperate. I smell the desperation off this.
I guess. Maybe.
It's
But anyway,
really bad.
if you decide you want to subscribe, actually, Kat, why don't you take this?
Oh.
Say something, but if you...
But if you decide you want to subscribe?
Yeah.
But if you decide that you want to subscribe to Paramount Plus, you can currently save 50% on a 1-year subscription. This drops the no commercial option from $100 down to $50. You can also save on the commercial plan, but let's be real, who really wants commercials? No one. In order to take advantage of it, you'll need to sign up via CBS All Access, and you'll need to do it no later than March 3rd. The discount code is Paramount Plus, with plus all spelled out, no symbols. Now, if you aren't already aware, we've got affiliate links on our website which help support this production. So if you plan to take advantage of the discount and sign up, please use our affiliate code. Links to more information on how you can save $50 will be in our show notes.
And that leads us to our first... Actually, Tony, why don't you...
And that leads us to our first community question this week. If you are currently subscribed to CBS All Access and sticking around for Paramount Plus, what features do you hope that they'll introduce?
I would comment 4K.
For example, leave us
4K
leave us a
60,
comment.
please.
4K 60p FPS.
Skip intro.
Skip intro. Please. Yes.
Working
Pick up
stereos
where
now.
you left off. I mean,
Pick up. Yeah. Let's
Cloud saves.
Just
so
to name
many
a few.
things.
Well, let us know your response in the comment section for this episode at PriorityOnePodcast.com, or by reply to our community question post on our social media.
This is a typo that's never been fixed.
Okay. Well, those are our answers, but let us know yours in the comment section for this episode at PriorityOnePodcast.com, or by replying to our community question post on our social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Well, that wraps up all the news we have to trek out this week. Now let's welcome to the Now let's find out what happened in the world of Star Trek gaming.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
not
we're doing gaming.
welcoming
30,
Mary
41. 30,
We'll
40.
welcome that after we do some,
After we do Star Wars.
the one piece
Ken,
of Trek.
yeah, of course 4K uses too much data, but that doesn't mean that they can't offer it, right? If you're on a limited data plan, right, or let's say you're on Comcast, those
Or you live in a rural area where you don't have
blood-sucking
good transmission, they can.
right? Then you always these platforms like Netflix or Amazon Prime will scale it down for you automatically. It'll detect it, or you can activate the option to make sure that you're only streaming in 1080 or 720 or whatever. But that data is not an excuse for them not. Why is Star Trek Discovery not even on Blu-ray available in 4K? That's just it's incredible.
They'll have Beavis and Butthead in 4K here pretty soon, though.
Fuck!
It's
That just really angers me. Damn.
it's like
You know
they're
what
doing.
it is that look,
Like-
this is particularly close to home to me because I just upgraded my television after like 10 years of having the same old TV. I finally was like, it was getting a purple haze, it was dying, and I had to get a new television. So I got myself an OLED. Okay, I'm really happy about it. I'm trying to get through the Expanse,
that was
and the
stupid.
Expanse is what stupid.
You bought a 4K TV? That's stupid.
What? Shut up.
I have a 4K TV, so I guess I'm with Elio on this one.
And so like, other shows like WandaVision, Mandalorian, Expanse, which is a gorgeous space show, is in 4K. Yet Star Trek Discovery is not, or Picard is not available in 4K. How is that possible? Why is that a thing?
It's sort of like what they do. Like they took the Epic Game Store approach, where they launch with features that are not even there, that are set standard by Steam. It's like, come on now, that's inexcusable.
Well, they can do that because they have such an amazing library and they give stuff away for free. It's free.
Not in the
premium,
beginning,
what
though,
it is.
but yeah.
It's free premium is what it is.
Yeah.
Live stream there. You
Free
need to listen
premium.
to the CBS guys.
Mhm.
It's free premium. Yeah, it's free premium,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't make any sense at all.
If the Ken from
You can
Chicago,
smell
the-
the desperation.
it does. It just
I thought it said desperation when they named that guy the CEO and chief marketing officer.
Yeah, it's like we really have to sell this, so we'll put the salesman in charge because we got
Yeah,
nothing. We
'cause that
just
sounds
got
like a
nothing.
great idea.
Yeah, it's the music man walking down the street handing out instruments from the Wells Fargo wagon. Hey, everybody,
look. I want to address something in chat because everybody's like, "Oh, 4K is too big. 4K is too big. It only matters for people who have 4K." Yeah, but not even the Blu-rays are in 4K. You can't even get a Blu-ray option for Discovery in 4K. It's still 1080p. Why? Why is that a thing? How is
discs
that
don't care about data.
I mean, there is still the option of like the ultra HD 4Ks, but like Discovery's not even on it. So
I mean, look, Zeph Films puts in there 4K is life. Look, Zeph is works tirelessly to produce these amazing videos, and they're gorgeous because they're if you have 4K and can watch them in 4K, they're stunning, right? Why not give the option? And to Jamal's point about their servers being sketchy, yeah, well that's hard. It's terrible. They can't even do the Super Bowl right. Did you see what happened? to the Super Bowl?
Oh my God!
The app
I was
broke?
watching it. That's
What?
right. I watched it. I watched
I didn't
part
watch
of it.
it.
Yeah, I watched part of it on. Yeah, it was like, guys, you cannot screw up the Super Bowl.
And they
This is your chance to
screwed
show-
up the Super Bowl, man.
It's your chance to show off your brand new streaming service and how awesome it is, and you're not tied to your TV at home anymore. You can watch your NFL wherever you are on your mobile device on CBS All Access. About to be Paramount Plus. Look how great it is. Nope. That was
Oh,
a bad.
dang.
Yeah, Zeph technically produces higher production value content than CBS.
Higher production quality Star Trek than
Yes.
CBS.
and
Yeah,
that
that's
says a
absolutely
lot.
100%
That says a
There you
whole
go.
lot.
There you go.
But you know what's interesting is that when I had gone to the After Trek thing, 2 or 3 years ago now, they had Discovery on a television, on a high definition television, and I remember being really impressed by it. And I'm pretty sure they had a 4K copy of it. So, and that was stunning.
They gotta
that was
film it in
absolutely
that.
gorgeous, huh?
They have to film it in that. I mean, they started filming in
they
2016. They
certainly
got to have a
have to.
master. Yeah, they have to have a 4K master somewhere.
It boggles my mind how so far behind CBS is, man. Or via Crabacon.
Via Paramount CBS.
Paramount of crap.
Note to self: if you launch a service, make sure it's features complete. Don't miss
And then
anything
you got
out.
Netflix. You got
Yeah.
Netflix testing out shuffle
Uh-huh.
features for episodes and audio only, so you can go to sleep listening to your
Somebody
Star
was
Trek.
integrating Party Watch too. The
Party
group
Watch.
thing.
Yeah, Disney.
whatever.
Was it
Mhm.
Disney or
Disney.
Disney does that.
Party Watch. I mean, come on.
You can
man.
you can technically do that on Netflix, but you have to do like
It's
a
a
third party
third-party
app.
plugin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we've clearly established CBS is not a pioneer here.
No, they're
Thanks,
lagging way
Chicago.
behind.
will.
Look, Spock's dancing. Come, pay for our service and consider Star Trek to be a serious science fiction show. Yeah.
Strange New Worlds may be great. It might be awesome.
I hope it is. I'm sure.
I hope it is too.
You know, I have high hopes for it, but it just.
Yeah.
All right, I don't want to.
Yeah, we can. Yeah,
I'm just angry. No, I'm just angry.
Then again, if you have the Peacock app, that's not any better.
Oh, I'm not
Oh,
surprised.
right. NBC's trying to get on this
Yeah,
too.
NBC's
I guess CBS isn't last place. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's where I'm watching Resident Alien, and I'm just like, my goodness, this service stinks. Like,
I watched it on sci-fi.com.
oh, okay.
Channel,
I watched it on the Sci-Fi app, which is controlled by Peacock, and I hate it. The UI is just so clumsy.
Here's the thing: the whole server thing, guys. Come on, you know that's on an Amazon server somewhere. Come on, it's just on an Amazon server.
It is.
They're not. There's no way that they're paying their own hosting services.
Of course
and their own
not.
servers. That's on AWS. There's no way. So, and then the joke of it all, the irony here really is that you can't even get 4K of Discovery or Picard on Amazon Prime. Like, you can't even get it there. Like,
It's probably in the deal.
You know who to blame?
$10 a month.
The lawyers.
$10 a month.
Blame the lawyers. Some lawyer came up with
I
this.
definitely don't. Was it lawyer that came out with Jammy Spock? Was that a lawyer too?
Oh no, that was the
No,
chief
I bet it
marketing
was.
officer guy.
No. It was a guy that flunked out of law school and did marketing as a backup. That's who that was. That's who that was.
Oh Lord.
I don't even want to continue with the show anymore. So angry.
Take my
Hey,
podcast and go home.
Hey, take a break.
I'll ship you some of my weighty repartee. I just got some.
It's so
I'll send it to
frustrating,
you.
man. It's so frustrating. All right.
Let's talk about a free
should
ship.
watch. Oh man,
Free
the new
ship.
Trek. Yeah, that new Trek looks really good. I'm not gonna watch that new Trek. Spock's dancing. I don't care for that. Like, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen.
No.
I think it's already happened, but you know.
No, everybody sees through the cheap, stupid commercial thing. Everybody knows the
I
cheap,
don't
stupid
think so,
commercial.
man. I don't think. Come on, you're
yeah.
putting way too much.
What? Ken from Chicago thinks they're gonna announce Strange New Worlds this week, but I
Great.
think we would have heard more buzz about.
How much do you want to bet
That
that?
would be exciting.
I do have the Klingon.
so-
You're right. I
It'll
should
be
just get my
announced before they
Klingon.
launch the.
So Ken from Chicago, how much you want to bet? I'll bet you 500 bits that's not going to happen.
Where's bits? What bit? What's a bit?
Bit is the currency on
what's
Twitch.
The conversion? What's the
Oh.
conversion rate?
It's
The
it's
cheering
one
thing?
1 cent to 1 bit.
So $5.
Alright. All right. All right.
Free ship. That'll make you happy. Free ship make you happy.
Yep.
I'll
bet-
All right.
500
So-
bits. That's not going to happen.
We're gonna start. You're right. We have. It's just terrible. 40. We're gonna do 40 minutes at the start for gaming. In 3, 2. I'll take it. By the time you're hearing this, the 11th anniversary and Klingon recruitment events will already be halfway over. Fortunately, you only have to. Well, the emphasis is the next one, not the
Yeah,
emphasis on
it's
emphasis.
colored.
And even
Thanks,
says
Ganda.
emphasis on it.
Fortunately, you only have to create. Oh, I just because I have the dark
Create.
mode on, so it's hard to see the highlights.
8.
By the time you're hearing this, the 11th anniversary and Klingon recruitment events will already be halfway over. Fortunately, you only have to create your Fortunately, you only have to create your recruits before the 25th. You can then complete all the other objectives.
No. You can then complete.
Okay. You can then complete the objectives at your leisure later on. Just make sure you get through the tutorial. Once you have the Tesseract, you're good.
Yeah, I think it's called something else.
It's
but
called
yes.
something else, but that's the
Essentially,
the Klingon
the
receiver.
gizmo widget thingy.
Yeah.
The thingamabob.
Once you get that little Klingon Tesseract receiver communication device, you're good to go. Also referred to as the Klingon encrypted receiver.
Thank you,
Armored Scooter. But if you haven't started accruing progress for the Tamir yet, things are decidedly more desperate. With 14 days left, you'll need at least a partial Zen buyout to complete it in time. The Tamir's full buyout price during the event is 6,000 Zen. The second chance buyout will probably be the same. The second chance buyout will probably be. The second chance buyout will probably be the same price. We recommend getting as much progress as possible before hitting the bank, just to take some of the sting out of that price.
One more time.
Just to.
I mean, everyone was thinking it, but I'm the only one that's going to say it to your face.
Good on
It
you,
wasn't
Joey.
good.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
You got that. So.
We recommend as much progress as possible before hitting the bank, just to take some of the sting out. It's
I'll
just
let
a
it go.
phrasing.
I'll let it go.
Just to take some of the sting out. Just take
some of the sting out.
I'm leaving it the way.
You don't have to do it over again. The second take was fine.
That was fine.
The first take was just not good. It was just wasn't.
Is
good.
that it? Is that all the other items?
Well, we gotta talk about the Zeph Films thing.
Well, the Zeph Films will be done by the time. So, is that it for
Oh.
gaming? Are we done with gaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to?
Unless you wanna-
for the thing.
Chieffo's an hour long, so I mean, I think
Yeah.
probably
All right,
good,
so
yeah.
that's it for gaming news this week. Now we welcome.
Welcome the incomparable Mary
Rebel.
Chieffo.
Mary Chieffo.
I'm excited for that interview.
It was a good
delightful.
interview.
She is delightful.
She called us delightful.
I wish I was there. Could have been there.
She called
Darn
us
it.
delightful.
Cat, can you
And
take
she
the
was
topic?
delightful right back.
Yes, she was. Yeah, sure. That's the news from Trek Games this week. Now we welcome Star Trek Discovery's Mary Chieffo to discuss her return as L'Rell in Star Trek Online.
Okay, 4425, please. So look, if you're watching us live, by the time the show airs, Zeph, this is why we didn't record it, because by the time it airs, the voting will be done. Go vote in Zeph's Community Choice Ship Design 2020 contest. I'm gonna throw the link here in the chat. Kat, you voted, right?
Yeah, heck yeah, I've been voting. It's been going on for a while now. Some of my picks were winners, some were not.
Now it's like a bracket thing, right? That's
Yeah.
how it's rolling.
So yeah, Zeph, you're gonna feature the winner, I guess. And is it gonna be a new video? Is what I'm suspecting, like a
But it's like a
new-
March Madness the way he's organizing
Yeah.
it, right? Like
Absolutely,
it's,
yeah. So we've got, you pick which one you want to see out of the two he offers, and there's been some really hard choices to make.
Oh, cool.
The finals, the Titan versus the Discovery, right?
The Titan versus the Crossfield, I
Ooh.
believe.
That's a tough.
That's a really hard.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
that's a tough decision.
I voted
No.
for the Titan in the last round, but
It's
now
really not hard. It's
what?
really not hard. The Crossfield
It
is
is
not good.
hard.
The Crossfield is not good. It was
What?
not.
It is. It's
never-
an awesome ship in the
it's-
game, though.
Oh well, maybe it's fine in the game, but Zeph Film makes things look pretty, and I'm sorry, as talented as Zeph may be, nothing helps the Crossfield. I'm sorry, no, there's just no help. There's just no help. For the
So
Crossfield.
yeah, but the thing with the Titan too, you can customize. Are you just gonna go with the standard Titan?
It just doesn't matter because the Titan kind of looks like good.
I mean, the Titan's awesome.
I
But
don't like
yeah,
the little
oh,
pod
It's
on
got a
top of the
hat.
Titan.
I
It's got a
voted
hat.
for
You
the
like the hat?
Ross.
I don't
I
like
like
the
the
hat
hat.
on the Titan.
I like the hat. I like the
Yeah,
hat.
I voted for the Ross too, Zeph. Didn't win.
Well, we put the link in the notes there in the chat, so be sure to go vote. Voting will be done by the time this show airs. But way to go, Zeph. Way to go to engage with the community. All right, so feedback or closing rather. at 4640.
Okay.
Well, that wraps up episode 495 of Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. But there are more great shows available to you on the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Just visit podcasts.roddenberry.com for a complete list. Then be sure to subscribe to them all and share them with your friends.
And we can't forget to send a special thanks to some of our Patreon supporters like David K. Rutley, Peter Archibald, and Gerald Bosch.
And we got to welcome back SFC, who returned as a patron earlier this month. So
welcome back.
SFC.
Woohoo! Welcome back.
Tony, why don't we switch? You read the community question.
Okay. And here's a reminder of our community question this week. If you're currently subscribed to CBS All Access and sticking around for Paramount Plus, what features do you hope that they'll introduce?
Now, captains, it's important that we get your voice heard and that you participate in this conversation. So be sure to reply to our community question by leaving us a comment on our website at PriorityOnePodcast.com, or be on the lookout on our social media pages like Facebook at Facebook.com/PriorityOnePodcast, or on Twitter and Instagram at PriorityOnePod. There, we post those community questions.
And if Hi, y'all. If you're still craving more, be sure to spend time with Winters, Anthony, Thomas, Gray, me, plus the rest of the Priority One Armada. Saturday nights, the Armada broadcasts live to review the latest news from Star Trek Online and the Armada community, including spotlighting some of our amazing members. With regular giveaways, there's something for all Star Trek Online players, whether you're new or a veteran. So just follow us on all our social media accounts for broadcast times, and if you'd like to join the Armada, visit PriorityOneArmada.com.
Is it me?
Nice. Yes, it is you.
This episode of Priority One is brought to you by our patrons through Patreon.com. Now, captains, during these difficult times, we understand that a financial contribution may be difficult, but we are humbled by the continued support of our existing patrons who find value in the content we produce each and every week. So, if you have the means, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/Priority One.
Don't forget to tune in to Priority One Productions' Guard Frequency podcast at guardfrequency.com. Each episode, the Guard will take you inside the universe of your favorite space sims, including a tabletop adventure played out by your hosts, and Brandon dancing along with the Guard Frequency theme song. And Heroes Rise brings you up to date with the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Learn all about the latest publications, tools, tips, tricks, and traps.
Slow down.
But I took up extra time by making a Brandon joke.
That doesn't mean
Yep.
that you
I have to
have
squeeze
to
it into the right.
slur everything. It's like, here's what happens. What happens when you...
I know,
speed up,
you've told me this a
you
million times. I
abandon
just keep
vowels.
forgetting. I abandoned vowels?
Yes.
Oh, now you're in
It's
for it now.
fascinating.
Oh, you're in for it now, buddy. Here it comes.
Emphasis on
And
that.
Heroes Rise brings you up to date with the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Learn all about the latest publications, tools, tips, tricks, and traps in less time than it takes to skin a wyvern.
He's struggling to slow down.
It's effort.
Because at the end
It's
of
effort.
sentence, you saw that, right? You heard
It's
that,
effort.
right? He was like, and Heroes Rise brings you up to date with... You can't even do it. You can't even do it. You can't even. It's impossible for you.
It takes extra effort, but I make that effort for you.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
And Heroes Rise brings you up to date with the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Learn all about the latest publications, tools, tips, tricks, and traps in less time than it takes to skin a wyvern. Head over to heroesrisepodcast.com to discover their secrets.
Hold on, I gotta get... Eric is interested. HeroesRisePodcast.com.
Oh, Eric must be new. What up, Eric?
Hey,
It's
Eric.
fun. It's got Lennon. He's British.
Lennon's
So you'll like that.
Oh.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, there's that. So.
Alrighty then. Okay, where am I? A very special thanks to our guest this week, the incomparable Mary Chieffo. Thanks to our audio editors, including Gray, Brandon, William, Daniel, Rand, Roscoe, Lennon, and Skiffy. Thanks to our producer, Jake, and associate producers, Shane and Thomas. Together, they help us organize and write up our summary of the weekly headlines from the Star Trek multiverse. Thanks to our social media manager, Anthony. Thanks to our graphic artist, Henry, with support from Jason of the Priority One Armada. Thanks to the composer of our theme music, Chris Watts. But most importantly, a big thanks to you, the Star Trek community, our listeners. Because without your ongoing support, none of this would be possible. And that ended at 52:09.
Awesome.
Well, that was a short show.
Yep.
Won't
Way
be
to
unless we
not
put the
screw it
interview
up,
in there.
y'all.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Well, you know, I mean, less
We
than
had
normal.
we had some. Maybe less than normal. That's true.
We had, yes, we had a good time. Well, so coming up at 11 o'clock, we have After Hours, and we're going to be talking about the penultimate episode of the animated series.
Oh, in like 45 minutes? I
Yeah,
have time to watch it.
Oh, good.
Sweet.
So,
Don't tell Robert.
Yeah, thanks, guys. You have all week to watch the episode. Why do you save it for the last moment?
This guy has no idea how deadlines work. You just have no clue. You just
Well,
you know that's
that-
yeah.
And my KDF recruit is finally at 65.
Priorities,
That's
man.
what I mean. That's what I mean. You got to get those, you know, ambush kills to get that
I'm glad
stupid duty
I'm glad I know
officer.
now. I'm glad I know now where Priority 1 lies on your the game.
On the priorities
the
list.
game- on the priorities
No.
list. It's
Mhm.
I mean, job obviously real life does matter,
Mm.
but leveling up your Klingon
It's like a job.
Mhm.
Look.
after we just said you had all the time in the world. My heart is wounded.
Do you know how good that duty officer is, though? Jeez, those ambush kills are hard to get. I have like
I can
50.
get the duty officer whenever I want though, right? Once I have the recruit.
You have to get 2,500 ambush kills. That's using your cloak and then coming out of cloak and then killing something.
Yeah. But it's part of the recruitment thing.
Right, yeah. So as you kill things, you get it. But, man, it's rough.
Oh, Jamal Taylor said, when is this stream going to
I don't
4K?
even want. Don't even repeat it. Don't even repeat Jamal. Jamal, don't troll.
I was about to say, bandwidth issues might prevent me from doing that. Sorry. So the best I can do is 1080p or 1440p. So
Yeah, and the 4K you'll be able to see the texture of my sweater. I mean, that's not
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, do you
I
really
will
want
say that
4K?
that's
Like,
weird. That's weird to be able to see so much stuff.
Yeah,
So much-
I mean,
it's very-
you know, this
good
is
thing
this
we
is
all have
fleece.
flawless skin.
Yeah. So here I'll put my fleece, my old fleece next to my old man skin here. That'll
Matt
that'll be
Black.
entertainment.
I
Yeah,
rewatched.
that'll be entertainment.
I started rewatching all the Avengers, like most Marvel Cinematic Universes. Man, those movies are beautiful in 4K. I'm never going to a theater again. I'm just not. There's no why. I'm just not. I'm just not going to a theater.
especially if you have like a home theater like I do. So like you don't really need to go to the theater anymore. So
Like
Except
the
for the popcorn.
experience of
I had popcorn here.
I
I could
would
just
go
pop
for like an
them.
opening night of like
have to make
something,
it.
you know, like
Yeah.
maybe like the next Star Trek movie or something. Like sure, like I'll go for like, but like for a regular movie, like I don't know, probably wouldn't. No. All right, guys, we're gonna go off air now because some people have to do work and prepare for After Hours. And we'll be back next Tuesday with a regular show unless we have another guest. So thank you for joining us. Until next week, say goodnight, everybody.
Hey,
Hi, y'all.
good night. Why is it not closing? There.